Let's move on to Detroit, where the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions, two of the league's oldest franchises, met to reignite a classic rivalry. On this day at Ford Field, Detroit emphatically defeated Chicago 52-21, turning what had been perceived as a competitive divisional pairing into a dominant performance. Heading in, Detroit was expected to lean on a potent offense, headed by Goff at the helm, strong weapons like Amon-Ra St. Brown, and a new-look coaching staff, led by Dan Campbell. While Campbell has been the head guy for several seasons in Detroit, Ben Johnson left his post as the offensive coordinator to take the vacancy in Chicago. This would be Campbell and Johnson's first head-to-head meeting between the two as head coaches. While there was plenty of optimism, there was concern, including could they rebound from a Week 1 loss and avoid slow starts. Chicago, meanwhile, believed its strength lay in injecting youth and speed into its offensive core, including rookie receiver Rome Odunze, and believed their defense could hold up. But the big question lingered. Could their defense stand up in a rivalry game? And could Williams, as a young quarterback, manage the pressure? As with most divisional games, this one mattered more than just win-lose record. As two of the NFC North's oldest franchises, the Bears-Lions rivalry carries tradition. This game mattered because it sent a message. Detroit is ready to assert itself in the NFC North, while Chicago has real work ahead. This game further highlighted the gulf between where each franchise stands. The Lions, with recent playoff experience, are considered one of the top teams in the league, but the lingering question is whether they can stay healthy long enough to solidify that status. For the Bears, the challenge is finding their identity this season. Can they develop consistency and resilience to mount a real challenge to Detroit's apparent favoritism in the division? This matchup underscored that, while the rivalry endures, the balance of power in the NFC North currently favors the Lions. At least, for Week 2. Let's go diggin'. Deeper in the game itself, Chicago's young star quarterback Caleb Williams stepped into the pocket and completed 19 of 30 passes for 207 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception, as the veteran Jared Goff delivered a near-flawless outing. 23 of 28 for 334 yards and 5 touchdowns, earning a passer rating of 156.0. The contrast was clear. A rising young signal caller still finding his footing versus a polished, deep veteran executing with precision. Detroit piled up 511 total net yards. Chicago managed 339. The time of possession was nearly identical, as Detroit held the ball for 30 minutes and 20 seconds, and Chicago had it for 29 minutes and 40 seconds. But the story was in the big play, and just how dominant Detroit was. Detroit averaged 8.8 yards per play, a franchise record for a game. While Chicago had 205 passing yards and 134 rushing yards, Detroit's passing game exploded with Goff's 334 yards. Their rushing attack added significant yardage, with backs like Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery combining for over 150 yards. Rome Odunze flashed for Chicago, posting 128 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Lions, Amon-Ra St. Brown hauled in 9 catches for 115 yards and 3 TDs. We cannot overlook the penalties and turnovers, as Chicago committed 8 penalties and gave up 4 sacks. Turnovers, including 2 on downs, plagued them early.